Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. And now in this tutorial we would be uh, looking to make more components and how to pass data in a particular component. Okay, so here we have our Visual Studio, and in this here you can say that I have already started running the command. So npm start is what all you have to do, or you can directly start the terminal here and click on new terminal. Then you can say that a new terminal open here, and you can also directly write npm start here. Okay, so now let's get into action. And now in this source folder, let me create a folder which we called as components. Actually we can create the components in the same folder as of source, so let me first check if we have. Okay, so we can create components in the same folders as of source, but in order to keep some cleanliness in our folder structure, I am creating another folder named as components here. Now in this components I will make another component, say new.js. Okay, so you can imagine that new.js is a totally new component. Now what do you mean by a component? So if I take you to some website, so just let me try to do some random research. Okay, so now here you can see that this whole thing which we call as a navbar is one component, or you can say that this is my new.js file, this the navbar here. And now this you can say, let me highlight. Okay, so now you can say that this the highlighted portion is another component, say we can say a new 2.js. And then I hope you guys might have understood what I want to say. So now this section of code is new 3.js, this one is new 4.js. so I hope you understand what I wanted to say, that you can divide the screen into a number of components. So component is a part of the code which you want to include in the main screen. So it might be even that this one is itself a component, and this is the child of this big component here, of whose this one is also a child. I hope it makes some sense. So let's now directly dive into code. Okay, so now here I will write RCC. So it is a short form in order to get the component function here. Okay, so let me give it some name. Okay, I won't be able to use new because new is another keyword here, or most of the time you give the export default name as the same name as that of your file. Or what you can also do that is create this class, and then you can export it by writing this separate command too. Okay, so now here you can write your own stuff, like say hello. Okay, so now as I said that this is a new component, so let us make it one component which displays paragraph hello. Now I want to include this hello below this bh. So what I need to do is to import this file. So first of all, import what? You want to import this thing. If you write any other thing here, for example, I hope I have also discussed this thing with you guys in the previous one also. So this is the keyword which connects these two files. So it's inside the component and inside new. So here you can give any name, and directly you can export it here. I hope you understood. Okay, so as I told that I want to display hello below this bh, so I will just write new c2 and it will display this hello there. But when we go and see the output, then you can say that it displays only bh here. The reason here is that anytime, all the time, we have to make the first letter as capital. If you don't make it, then it won't import it. It's actually the style, the programming style which we follow here for of React, where we have to make the first letter of the imported class as capital. This is compulsory. If you don't do that, then it won't render that component of yours, and also it won't give any error. So you might be wondering that what must have gone wrong. Okay, so as I have cleared the small letters in the first, so now you can see that we have hello. So now you must be wondering that if I needed to write hello, then why couldn't I have just write another paragraph of saying hello? It would have also worked. Yes, it would have worked, but I am just giving an example. So suppose instead of bh you have another nav bar, and instead of hello you have this whole fragment. Means instead of hello, I will make multiple divs here and multiple videos or images which we need there. So this is what I wanted to highlight through this one. So suppose let's make some random thing here. Okay, this is new. I am a totally new component in new color. Okay, so let's just give them a color for which we need to give them a style. So this is the new way of styling in React. Yes, you don't need to, otherwise in HTML we don't need to include this double curly braces, but because of JSX we need to include it here. So let's just give it a color of, don't think it will be, let's just check it, but it says something else. Okay, so what if we don't give it a style? Then let's see what happens. Okay, just doing trial and error. Okay, so it was because of the closing BR tag. The BR tag doesn't have varied closing one, just like a HR tag. Okay, so now you can see that this text is completely in red color. Let's just modify the text here as red, so it would be easy for you guys to differentiate which are the contents of new and which are the content of app.js. So I hope you guys understood what I meant to say there. Just let us remove this thing, so it gives us more clarity, and also an HR tag here. Okay, so this one is the app.js, and this one is also from the app.js, but this is a whole new component inside it, as you guys can see here, new C2. Okay, now suppose if I want to pass some parameters to this new components, then what I will need to do is I need a key and a value. For example, the key would be k, you can give any name you want, and the value would be anything. Let's take here dollars. Now I wanted to pass this variable to new C2, so I would write something like this, or you can use any variable here. Now I want to retrieve the same variable here, so in order to retrieve it, there's another keyword. which is this dot props. So now this dot props returns all the keywords or all the things which were being passed to it. So for example, here I am passing the key k with a value of multiple dollars. I would just write here dot k. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you guys can see that multiple dollars have been passed here. So in the same way, if you want to pass it with the help of keep as pop, then too you will get the same result. So it's just an application. For example, if you want to pass the value of some form in another field, or as soon as the user logins, then you want to pass the parameters like username and all his details to his home page from his login page, then this is the way through which you can pass the parameters once the user is logged in. So this is just an application uh, to show you guys what is the practical implementation of passing parameters to different components. So okay, so that's it for this tutorial. I hope you have learned something new, and I will see you again in the next one. Thank you. Bye.